Hi everyone, my name is Simrit Singh. I'm a board certified OBGYN, but I am currently on maternity leave. I have a 10-month-old and I'm also pregnant and due the beginning of June. So I'm in the same boat as a lot of you guys out there. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more from a new mom and mom to be perspective and less from a OBGYN perspective because I think that's what we need right now is to feel supported and to know that you're not alone and that many of us are feeling the same way and we're going to get through this. So just for some pregnancy tips, I think this is a time where um, anxiety is going to be heightened, especially for first time moms, where it's already a lot of unknown, a lot of uncertainty about everything. And having the COVID-19 situation is just making everything so much more difficult. Some tips that I would like to give are to really see if um, hypnobirthing or mindfulness or meditation is something that you can try because it's not just for moms that want to do home birth or natural births without medication. I think that the techniques that you learn during the courses or even just by reading a book on the topic and practicing will help you throughout pregnancy, throughout labor, and in the postpartum period. So that's something that I would recommend for everyone, even if you're having a planned cesarean section. Birth affirmations are really great. These are just little notes that you give yourself, mantras that you tell yourself. You can get pre-recorded birth affirmations online. I know I used them and they were helpful to me during my first labor. So check those out. Um, some women might be feeling like they're not getting enough care, or might be anxious that things might be getting missed due to the scheduling of the antenatal appointments being different now, where some of them are being cut altogether or being converted to a teleconference. Rest assured that the guidelines that are currently in place are to balance your risk of acquiring COVID-19 while still providing the most comprehensive care possible. On the other hand, I know some women, similar to myself, are afraid to go into the hospital at all or afraid to go into the surgeries at all because of that increased risk of COVID-19. And what I can say about that is there are some appointments that are essential or more important than others. Um, every checkup is a good thing to try to do, but given the current situation, at least the appointments where you have blood draws, your glucose screening, and especially your ultrasounds are really important to try to not miss. And then, of course, just use all of the precautions in place for COVID-19. Um, and if you are unwell, please don't hesitate to contact your care providers for your pregnancy for fear of having to go into the hospital because at least having that conversation can be reassuring if there really isn't a reason, or if you really need to be checked out. It's better and safer in those situations, I think, to go in than to not, just given the fear of COVID-19. Also, I think this is pretty obvious now, and most people do a good job at it, but sometimes obvious things can be missed. But creating a support system is particularly important at this time, just because things are changing so much, and you need to have extra people around in your life that can provide backup support in case your first picks um, become unable to help you out. So I definitely think whatever support system works for you or you feel is applicable to your life, please create that now during pregnancy, and also plan and try to figure out what you're going to do in the postpartum period as much as you can. Again, I know things change, but try to have a few backup plans that can all help decrease anxiety and make you feel more assured that you're ready for this. In terms of your birth partner, have again one or two backups. In terms of childcare, have a couple backups as well. It is tricky now because some of us were having our parents either fly in from other countries. I know I was going to have my mom come in, or have elderly parents that were going to help. All I can say is do what is best for your family, what makes sense for your family. The guidelines are in place to help protect you, but those are guidelines. At the end of the day, you don't want to, risk overexerting yourself for fear of COVID-19, because that overexertion, that stress is not good for you or your baby. So keep that in mind, and don't feel guilty if you have to have outside help. This is not the time to be Superwoman. It's not the time to be Superwoman anyways, because I know, and trust me, I've lived it. You try to be strong and try to do everything and think that you should be able to, but know that this is such a trying time, and it really does take a village to raise a child. At least 2 or 3 extra people to have on hand, because rest is so important to not only your physical health but also your mental health, which is so delicate during this time. And the guidelines, sorry, I'm reading my notes right now and I'm a little bit tired because my nanny, we're having stay home, so it's my husband and I taking care of our 10-month-old who's quite trying sometimes. So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. So keep track of the guidelines at your trust, where you plan to deliver, or whichever situation. If you are having a home birth, try to keep up with what's going on at your backup hospital, where if you need to go for an emergency, know what their recommendations are, and understand that these may change so many times before you actually go in for labor. And I know that can be so stressful to just not know, but we all have to just be as flexible as possible during this time. And most importantly, pamper yourself. Again, as much as possible. I know it's challenging, especially if you're home with other children, and you're now maybe cooking more like I am, to really try to make time for yourself. Have your partner, whoever's home with you, give you a back rub, give you a foot rub, do a dinner, either at home with your partner, or if you can't be with them, do it with your loved ones via video chat. Just try to make time for things that make you happy. Do a mini facial, and have fun being pregnant, with nesting. Now you're home, so most likely you're home, so you have time to do all the nesting that you want, and do your online shopping. And that's about it. I hope that this was helpful. I'm not sure if it was or not, but I just wanted to reach out and say that I feel for you all, and I'm in the same situation. And just let's try to keep our heads up. All right. Good luck, everyone. Bye.